Oh, it's already filming. Hello all you hookers and welcome to Ben's Balls of Yarn. My name's Ben and on this channel we like to do crochet. What am I wearing, you might be asking? What even is this? So, let's start at the beginning of the story, shall we? I have a hen-do to go to on Saturday, also known as a bachelorette party in other parts of the world. And the dress code is pastel. So I went to the shopping centre and there's plenty of pastel coloured items to purchase in the women's sections, but in the men's sections, not so much. As I was walking around, hopelessly looking for something like a light pink or maybe a light orange would have been nice, I remembered that I bought this, I don't know what this is, cardigan? I bought this in a charity shop a couple of months ago. I was going to use it as an accent colour in something that I was going to make, but I can crochet. So I was thinking, let's do a bit of a thrift flip. I'm going to turn this into a lovely pink shirt for my hen-do. So let me tell you my plan. Okay, before I tell you the plan, I think I need to change into something a little bit more comfortable. Okay, that's better. There's a few criteria I want this shirt to meet. A, I want it to be suitable for the summer. This hen-do is happening next week, the first week of April, so I am just going to be cold, but summer is coming along and I've got a trip to France, so I need to bulk up my crocheted wardrobe, so this has to be suitable for this hen-do and also for me to wear in summer. B, I'm not sure how much yarn I'm actually going to get out of this cardigan, so it has to be something relatively lacy to make sure that I have enough. So with both those criteria in mind, I went to Filet Crochet. I saw on Instagram this creator who's not a crocheter but a sewist. She found this bedspread in a thrift store and she cut it up and turned it into this amazing top. So I want to do something similar that's been inspired by this creator. If I save the video, I'll link it in the description field below, but I'm not very good at saving videos. But I've never done filet crochet before, so I went on YouTube and looked up some tutorials. It's quite simple actually, so that's good. And then I went on Pinterest and started pinning some lovely patterns that I liked. I wanted something floral or something with leaves in because of the pink colour. Anyway, and then I attempted my first little bit of filet crochet. It looks really good. I just used some scrap cotton that I got from unraveling a blue sweater. I feel like this is going to make a really nice lacy shirt that exactly fills my criteria. And I don't think it's too difficult. It is a little bit time consuming and I've only got 6 days to make this, so we probably should get started. I'm not actually going to use this leaf pattern. I'm going to use this pattern instead because it's pink and I thought roses would be nice. Well, that's enough ado, let's get on with the project. It's become very much apparent to me that whoever designed this didn't design it with the intention of someone else taking it apart. In this garment, they have stitched it with basting stitches. Then it seems like they serged it, and then it seemed like they sewed it together a third time. So I'm just seam ripping all of these stitches out to try and get this arm off of the body. This is how it should be. No problems. Well, I managed to get one sleeve detached from the rest of the jumper. And I think we're going to move on to the next job before I start detaching anything else. Okay, so the next thing I need to do is draw out my pattern. Now, as you can see from this image, it's not super clear and I want to have a really nice, crisp pattern to follow. So I'm essentially just going to copy out this pattern. So before I start crocheting the top, I want to do a quick swatch so I make sure I'm using the right crochet hook size and make sure I can get the pattern centered on my top. because at this point I feel like maybe there might be too many rows and then the rows will get cut off, but I want the rows to be, you know, part of the pattern, and if I have to cut off these two bottom leaves, then that's fine. So I'm just going to start with a nice gauge swatch. Voiceover Ben here. I'm just using my gauge swatch to work out how many stitches are in a centimetre, and then I'm using my loosest t-shirt here as a guide to work out how big I want my shirt to be. It's 12:15 the following day and I haven't got any crochet done today. I've been busying myself with other things. I'm about to go to my friend's house for a little bit of a crochet/knitting session, and I need to get at least half of this back panel done by the end of today to stay on track. Hopefully I can get the whole panel done, but I'm very good at overestimating how much crochet I can get done in one day. So, yeah, wish me luck. Alright, it's Friday morning, I've just woke up, I've got about a million things to do today, but I need to give you an update on how this top is going. So this is what I've got so far. I've done about 3/4, but the Hen-do is tomorrow. As I said, I've got about a million things to do today, so I don't know how much time I'm going to have to do for crocheting, so I'm going to have to crochet in like literally every spare minute to get this done. But I don't have to be in London until 2 o'clock tomorrow, so there is some time for finishing off stuff tomorrow, and obviously I might end up having to crochet on the actual train into London. But yeah, I need to get on with this, that's enough talking. Voiceover Ben again here. When I dismantled the original garment, I ended up having to cut out one of the seams and ended up with all of these little strands of yarn, so I'm just tying them together here. Well, that took bloody ages, but hopefully I now have enough yarn to complete this back panel. Let's get to it. Right, it's Saturday, the day of the Hen-do. I managed to get the back panel completed last night. I've got about 4 hours, so I need to start getting ready. I also managed to get one of the front panels done off camera. Now, I decided that I wasn't going to have enough yarn to do a pattern, so I've just done it all holes, all spaces. So I've got one front panel done, so in 4 hours I need to get another front panel done and 2 sleeves. Alright guys, it's about 3 hours till the Hen-do starts, and it's at least an hour and a quarter on the train, so it looks like I am going to be finishing this off on the train. I finished both front panels, and just now I used some clippy markers to attach all 3 main panels together, and it seems like this shirt is perfectly wide enough, but it seems about 10 rows too long. It almost looks like a little bit of a dress on me, and I'm gonna have to unravel these 10 rows because I don't like the way it looks. Now, unfortunately, this is my rose pattern, which is looking really good, but I can't unravel crochet from the bottom. I can only unravel it from the top. So I'm gonna have to lose the top 10 rows of this rose, which kind of ruins the pattern, but I haven't really got any other choice of them at this point. So I'm just gonna do it. It's still gonna look like a pink shirt. I'm feeling like I should have just done the holy lace all the way through because I actually really like how this looks on the front, and I didn't really need to do the rose design. But this is all part of the crocheting process, isn't it? You're learning. So I'm just going to unravel these. I've still got the 2 sleeves to crochet. I'm hoping to get that all done before I leave, and then I'll just have to sew it together on the train. I was going to do a collar, but that's out now. So let me get to alterating these, and yeah, there's one more step I need to do before I leave the house. Okay, I've made very minimal progress on my sleeve, but I have shortened those main 3 front panels, but there's one more job I need to do before I get on the train. Don't you ever say I just walked away, I will always want you. I can't live a life running for my life, I will always want you. Hey, so it's now Monday, it's been 2 days since the Hen-do. I spent most of yesterday sleeping, you'll forgive me. As you can see, I didn't quite get this completed before the main event. I still have some sleeves to do, and if you look very closely, I've actually just clipped down the front. And also I've put some clips here, because where I sewed up to was making this just kind of too wide of a neck, and it was just slipping off my shoulders. I'm going to get on with crocheting the sleeves, and as I do so, I'm going to be inserting some more clips here and on the shoulders, and figuring out what exactly I want from this shaping. This is quite low slung, as you can see, which was great for the Hen-do, but maybe I want it a little less revealing. And then I think just a final iron of these lapels, as the crochet kind of makes them want to curl in weird ways, and I think I should be done. Alright guys, so that's my filet crochet shirt complete. It's definitely the best item of clothing I've made thus far, and I'm actually super happy with how it's turned out and with how it fits me. And despite the top 10 rows of the rows being cut off, I mean, it works. It's filet crochet, right? So I'm going to give this garment a 7 out of 10. I'm going to knock off 1 point for the fact that I had to cut off the top 10 rows. I'm going to knock off another video for the pain that it was to convert that hideous cardigan into this lovely top. And I'm also going to knock off a point because I should have used a finer yarn so I could have got smaller holes. Although that being said, I wouldn't have been able to get this done for the Hen-do. So it all worked out in the end. I'm definitely going to be wearing this on some of my upcoming holidays. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. And if you want to see me make more projects like this in the future, give that a subscribe. I'm definitely going to be revisiting the filet crochet shirt in the future. And if you want to help me more directly, you can join my Patreon. There's a link in the description field below. If you join my Patreon, you win a chance every month to have something crocheted by me and shipped out to you. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!